on? I'm here with my good buddy Marcus Hunt and his awesome Land Rover Defender 90. That's all I know about it. You're gonna have to film me.
So what you're looking at is a 1997 Land Rover Defender 90. This was the last year of this style, and what makes this one so awesome is it was the only year that was automatic and air conditioning. If you like to geek out on engine stuff, this is a 4-liter V8 gasoline engine. So a lot of these things are diesel, especially the European ones. Obviously you've got your right and left hand driven, but this is a gasoline NAS, North American spec Land Rover, and it's a 4-liter V8. I think 1,500 of these were built with soft top, which is this, which I have, and then maybe 1,000 to 1,200 hard tops. So what, combined 2,700 total of these, which I think my dad paid $28,000 for it, used back in the day. And this one in this shape right now, probably around 100 to 115,000. If you see the real pretty ones with super low mileage, you're probably looking at like 150, one went for 200,000. So super sought after vehicles. I love it. You know, it's gonna go to the grave with me. So the body is aluminum, which is nice. You're not gonna see rust on the actual body. Obviously you've got frame, and you can see in some of these places you're gonna get a little bit of rust. That's another project. For now, It's fine, but this is a British Racing Green. I'm not sure how many British Racing Green versions were made, but I love the color. Part of why I don't wanna repaint or do anything to it, because I just love the originality. But you move back around here, very distinctive lights, kind of the old school lights. And over on this side, you've got yourself a plaque. And the little plaque here will tell you what number this is. So I'm 0676, so I'm 676 in the production line of the Land Rover Defender 90. A lot of these won't have the brush guard on. This one, the owner previous to my father put it on. And you know, again, I love it. If you're an off-roader, then you're obviously gonna have a brush guard or winch like that. 10,000 pound worn winch. Some nice worn headlights there. All right. So if we pop our hood, we're looking at our 4-liter V8. Not a whole lot. Like, the one nice thing about any older vehicle, especially not like the newer Defender 90s, is you can get in here and you can work on everything. One of the nice parts about the 97 is that you have air conditioning. One of the bad parts about the 97 is you have air conditioning. So about 4 years ago, maybe, or something like that, the air conditioning went out. And I couldn't, for the life of me, find anybody who wanted to work on it because they couldn't find the parts to get it to work. And the actual system is simple enough. And I waited and I asked and I went online and nobody wanted to deal with it. And I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna try to figure it out myself. And I did. And it was a good lesson in don't be afraid. Like, I was so afraid that if I pulled this, pulled this out, then I would ruin that and I couldn't find the hose, or I would never find this part. At the end of the day, I think it cost me like 200 bucks in parts, and then somebody helped me obviously refill it down at a local station. But that was it. You just kind of, you make do, and now I've got the air condition up and running. So don't be afraid to tackle some of this stuff yourself. A lot of the parts under the engine are still easy to find. It's the part that's inside that isn't, like the door panels or the center console or a piece of plastic that goes along the top. But yeah, this is it. Pretty basic, pretty easy to work on. All right, so let's have a look at the interior. Again, nothing snazzy. It's definitely not a newer vehicle. So each one of these door panels is like 450 bucks if I want to get a new one. And slowly I'm getting cracks in places. I'm trying to keep up with replacing things, but parts are getting harder and harder to find. Like, if you look up here, you can see this little piece right here. I have a crack. I'm probably gonna have to end up pulling that off and gluing it myself, or maybe even 3D printing it. I don't know, we'll figure that out. But I love the interior. It's basic, it's raw. You don't have a bump and sound system. I'm fortunate, here's my air conditioning system. You've got your automatic right here. I want to keep it as basic and as simple as I can, and that's it. I love it. This vehicle actually came with a bench in the back, a bench seat. It was hard to get into. As you can see, it's not a whole lot of room. My dad got rid of that and ended up putting in 2 jump seats. So you'll see that on the other side. It's much easier to get in from the back. You can have 4 people in here. There's plenty of leg room. You pop up the seats and then you can throw cargo or off-road equipment or whatever you want right here in the back. So here's one thing, this rubber deteriorates, and it had deteriorated, and when I fixed the AC I had to pull this whole thing off. and I've left this all raw. So you're gonna see all these wires. Why I did that is because I have to pull it off again. I've bought myself a new rubber, I don't even know what you want to call it, sheath for down here. So once I pull this off, this rubber, this actually goes underneath here, the center console. So two of my favorite things are the sound that the door makes when it shuts. I feel like every old vehicle has its own door shut sound, and also the sound when you're driving down the street. It's just got this like, this gear roar. I don't know why, it just every time it's different. Old cars have that weird door shut sound. And then this, starting up, you can hear it, it's just got that like kind of growl, that it's all gears. And then off we go. You hear it, it's like, you can tell you're not going fast. I think 0 to 60 is never on this one. But here. I think most of the older Rovers in general have that same kind of growl, but specifically this one, like we'll punch it off the line here. So what's cool on this as well is if you want some air, you pop that open and it pops a louver up in front of the vehicle, and that just lets air flow through here.
Oh, you can feel it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice.
Oh, it's really nice. Yeah, it's not bad. If it's cooler outside, it's pleasant. So we're going 50 right now, and you can already hear how hard it is to have a conversation. You've got your top that's flapping, it's a loud engine, you've just got general road noise. So at like 60 and 70, you're really not talking to somebody. It's not a road trip kind of vehicle. When I found out that this vehicle was now $105,000 to $115,000, it stopped me from kind of doing a lot of the rougher four-wheel driving that I wanted to do. But my other vehicle is a 2000 Toyota 4Runner that has 350,000 miles on it, and I love that truck. Four-wheel drive, I've got the winch, I've got everything. So if I want to be aggressive and do some off-road trips, I'll take the Toyota 4Runner for that. And then if I just want to go enjoy the mountains, do some off-roading, then that's what this is for.
So how long have you actually had the car?
Yeah, I've had it for probably about 6 years. My dad had it probably for about 14 before me. So that we're looking at, you know, roughly 20 years that we've had it in my family. For those of you out there who are like, oh, I really want a Land Rover Defender 90, they're still out there. It doesn't have to be a 97. There are plenty of other years. Just some things to know. Gas mileage, I think, is like 13. So you're not winning any gas mileage awards. If you're getting a soft top and you're driving down the highway, it's loud. I actually keep a set of noise canceling headphones for when I drive from A to B on a highway. Parts aren't cheap, so if you're looking for like, I just want an awesome off-road vehicle, this is an awesome off-road vehicle. But also just know that you're not gonna wanna buy this solely to go out and beat it up, because the amount of parts that, the amount you're gonna pay for parts and repairs, it's not worth it. I'm hoping you guys have some good suggestions out there, and you know, you put them in the comments. But I've been to like Rovers North or British Atlantic, a couple places. They still have a really great selection of parts. I know there's some local here, even through in California and Los Angeles area. I don't know those names. What I do love about this is it's old, rugged, farm feeling, you know, beat up Land Rover, and you just, there's an air about it. You love when you drive it. You feel good when you drive it. You can take it off road, and that's it. It's only going to appreciate in value.